We know where you are.
Damn, you're tall. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah? Okay. Before I get started, I wanted to give my flowers out to everyone that impacted the decision I made today. To my e-board this year, I want to thank y'all for allowing me to work alongside y'all to make a memorable year for our general members. To our cabinet, I appreciate every single one of you for the extensive work you put in and day out because of the impact you want to leave during your term. To my quia, thank you for always pushing me to become my best self and go for goals that were out of my comfort zone. And to all the past cabinet members that came before me, thank you for all the insightful knowledge that you have imparted to me to help me understand the importance of this organization. And then to my girlfriend, thank you for the consistent support during stressful times and being the anchor that I needed. And with all that being said, my name is Eligh Macalma, and I will be accepting the nomination as next year's PAC president. Moving 6 hours away from home was never an easy decision for me. I was leaving the ability to watch my little brother grow up, take care of my grandparents, and receive the immediate support from my parents when times got difficult. Because of this, I was terrified I would never find my footing in college, and that I would ultimately be alone all of my college experience. It wasn't until this long-haired, mustached Filipino man came up to me that would change the trajectory of my next 4 years. He invited me out to PAC's first general meeting. Truthfully, I was very skeptical that I would be able to find community within this club. As I stepped into it with the utter confusion and judgment as I saw their cabinet weirdly dressed. But I kept continuously coming out to more and more events and slowly got acclimated to this very welcoming culture that I soon learned to love. It wasn't until I got picked up during AKA that my future kuya, Chris Fitty, would implant into my brain the idea of being part of cabinet. Because of this interaction, it led me to continue pushing myself out of my comfort zone and being able to give general members the same experience that I was able to be a part of. For my sports coordinator year, I was able to learn the importance of early preparation and how it would lead to less stress and more success throughout the entire year. It helped me form new connections with people and helped me learn the importance of asking for help and being able to communicate when times got difficult. Finishing up my sports coordinator term, I was ready to hang up that PAC jersey in the rafters, but hearing the sheer ideas and excitement from all the new candidates, something within me clicked that I need to help lead these individuals so they are able to see their goals come into fruition. This year was, however, different because I wanted to be able to have more time to prioritize other things like working, school, and taking care of myself. I was able to set early boundaries and clear expectations for the year. I was able to successfully be a leader to this current cabinet while not losing out on other priorities in my life. I learned the importance of time management, communication, and setting my priorities in order. And I believe all these experiences and people have led me to this very moment where I stand before you. I believe I can continue the momentum from all the past presidents before me to foster a community where people can feel welcomed and at home, but most importantly, find a community within. I plan to create this environment in 3 major ways. First, starting with the leaders of this organization. I want to be able to establish a healthy relationship between being part of this organization and other aspects of life that they want to pursue. I plan to change the amount and the structure of our meeting to be able to focus on the quality of everything we put out this year. Second, to enhance the professional aspect of this club. I want to be able to provide more opportunities that help you gain practical experience or knowledge that will help you become more competitive after graduating. I plan to work alongside professional organizations on campus and reach out to past alumni for people to learn more about the other opportunities out there for the taking and to receive advice on making their time at Long Beach more successful. And finally, I want to continue to close the gap between us and other organizations, especially the other cultural organizations on campus. I think as important as it is to learn about your own culture, I think it's just as important to learn about other people's, so you can gain a better understanding of the world around you. My hope is to create a multicultural night at the end of the year to be able to explain and showcase all the lovely cultures that make up this amazing campus. I believe that it would be a disservice to myself if I didn't use my experience and all the knowledge that has been instilled in me for the past 3 years to help cultivate this amazing community that helped me call Long Beach my home. So if you guys are willing to continue to believe in me and my ideas and trust my vision, I'd be very honored to serve as your next year's PAC president. Thank you.
First question for me. Would you rather be a coffee?
In a boiling pot of water.
Just kidding. Some issues I dealt with my year was finding a good balance between being a very laid-back friend that everyone could have a fun time with, and being the president that the club needs and have to be stern when you have to. And basically, how are you going to differentiate the two personalities?
Yeah. I think for me, something that I kind of want to get out there first is for them to know me as a person, because I feel like if you kind of get to know me and how I am, I feel like you could understand that like I have that switch where I'm able to be a little bit more stern and then a little bit more unserious. I think more people see the more unserious side of me just because, you know, it tends to come out a little bit more. But I also want to be able to instill in the other board members to be a little bit more stern as well, because I feel like it's important for not just to me showcase that leadership role, but also in the rest of my board.
Good job. Next question is for Justine. A problem you had this previous year that you weren't as present as we would want you to be. How can we trust you that you won't be the same way for next year?
I think this year was definitely circumstantial. I feel like there was something that I wanted to be able to accomplish. Like I just wanted to gain more experience in my current field of kinesiology and be able to have that experience under my belt. And I feel like because I was able to take that time and do that for myself, now I'm able to kind of make a little like change in direction for next year. I already have plans to, you know, have a different job. I'll have a different flexibility, and also my plans for just like how I'm going to be scheduling my school. So I don't really feel like it's going to be necessarily a problem for next year. I think just in terms of this year, it was just for the circumstances and the cards I was dealt.
Before we continue, can you change the slide so it's the QR code?
Yeah. Scan the QR code if you need to answer questions, or if you want to ask questions, or don't. It's cool. Either way.
Next is from Noah. What does PAC mean to you, and how will you express this to the gen members?
I think I really touched on it in my speech. Like, I think for me, and for a lot of people here, like they found their community within PAC. But specifically for me, I think it gave me a place where I can be myself, and for me to feel accepted, and for me to find other people that are willing to, you know, like me for me and like not be fake around me, and you know they genuinely enjoy my presence. And I want to be able to instill that environment for other people, so then everyone feels welcome, no matter, you know, if you're Filipino or not. And I think just trying to continue to have that sense of community and that sense of hospitality and like welcoming feeling that Filipinos tend to give out to other people.
Thank you. From Justine, how would you go about addressing political issues, for example, the 2024 election or the genocide in Gaza, and also defending Blue Mob struggles in PAC, even if you have differing opinions, while making sure your cabinet and gen members feel seen and heard?
Yeah, this is definitely that, in terms of this is definitely something I would bring up during our cabinet meeting, so we could kind of just be able to just discuss our own personal views and like kind of how we feel about it. But in the sense of the club, like we kind of have to stand in the face of like neutrality, and like, you know, we can't necessarily like choose one side or push like a certain agenda. So the thing that I would go about it is just providing the facts, just being able to put out the information so people can make their own decisions and like how they want to perceive it. At the end of the day, like we are a cultural organization. As much as what's out there is important, we have to make sure that we stand neutral, and we just push out the information for people to make their own perspectives.